Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing a spring look for you all. I wanted to do something kind of pink toned because I love wearing a lot of different pinks in the spring, and I also love glowy skin. So I'm going to go in with my Makeup Forever HD foundation stick, and before I buff that out, I like to apply some of my Farsali Rose Gold Elixir onto my brush. This just kind of helps make the foundation kind of blend out a little bit better, and it gives my skin kind of a nice hydrating, glowy kind of look. And I like to buff that out with my flat top kabuki brush. And I'm also going to link all the products and the list of brushes that I'm using down below. And I also blend that down my neck and kind of blink out the lips, so that way when we go in with our lipstick later, it will show true to color. And then I'm going to go in with my Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. This is my absolute favorite concealer. And you don't really need a lot of this, but I kind of went a little hard and applied a little too much, but it still blended out and everything came together. So then I buffed that out with my Real Techniques sponge, and I'm just gonna go ahead and fast forward this part because I'm just blending everything out. So that's all I'm doing here, is making sure there are no harsh lines and the product is blended out really seamlessly. Then I'm going in with my Soleil Tan de Chanel bronzer, and this is a cream bronzer. I really love using this in the spring and summertime, and I just feel like the fact that it's a cream bronzer instead of a powder just makes it look more like skin, and it blends out really nicely. You do not in any way need to go out and splurge on an expensive cream bronzer, but if you like cream bronzers, then this is a really great product. So I'm just going to be using an angled kabuki brush for that. And then I'm going to go ahead and set my under eyes with my Charlotte Tilbury powder. I just started using this recently and I'm really loving it so far. I haven't been able to put it down. I feel like it doesn't show any wrinkles and fine lines, and it makes under my eyes look almost airbrushed. And then I'm going to go in with my MAC Soft Ochre paint pot, and I'm going to put this all over my eyes, and what this is going to do is it's going to act as a base for any shadows that we place down. And then taking my Anastasia Beverly Hills Bone Shadow, which is a nice kind of white matte shadow, I'm just going to blend that out onto my lid. And I really wanted that white color to pop even more, so I added a little bit of Makeup Geek Ice Queen, and it's just a nice pretty shimmery white shade. And then I'm going in with Anastasia Burnt Orange, and I'm going to buff that out into my outer crease. And I'm going to keep the placement of that color mostly just right into my socket, and I don't want to bring that too high up above my crease. I like to pat that on my outer corner and then blend it out afterwards in buffing motions. And then I'm going to take Makeup Geek Cocoa Bear, and this is a really pretty brown shade, and I'm just going to deepen up that outer V some more with my fluffy blending brush. Then going in with Makeup Geek Cupcake, I'm just going to blend that into my crease. And I really love this color because it adds a little bit of pink to the look, and it almost has a purple mauve-y undertone as well to it. And it allows me to add a little bit of color to the look without adding too much, especially because someone like me, I love wearing neutrals. So if I want a pop of color, this kind of gives it a nice subtle hint of pink without being overboard. Then I applied some liner off camera, and then I went in with a little bit of mascara. I believe this one is from Ico. I really love their mascaras, but you can use any mascara that you like for this. And then I went ahead and also applied some lashes, and these are the Flutter Lashes Layla lashes, and these are some of my all-time favorite lashes. They're just so beautiful and feminine and girly, and you can wear them pretty much in the daytime or nighttime, which I love because I just feel like they're so universal to so many different looks. And I also wanted to highlight my brow bone, so I went in with some MAC Mylar while my other eyelash was drying, and then I went and applied the other lash. And the key to applying lashes, I feel like, is to let the glue get tacky first. Then for my contour, I went in with the Tarte Cosmetics Makeup Shayla Tarteist Contour Palette, another Makeup Shayla product. You can tell that I'm a fan of hers and really love her products. And this is another collab, and this one she did with Tarte, and I just think this is a really beautiful palette for blush and contour, and it's easy to travel with, and the colors are very pigmented, which I love. So I just applied that to my forehead to bring the forehead down a little bit, my cheekbones, as well as my jawline. Then to bake underneath my contour to get a more structured contour look, I went in with my Dermablend translucent setting powder. This is a really nice powder, especially if you don't want to go out and spend too much money on a setting powder. It's very affordable. Then to warm up the face, I went in with my MAC Give Me Sun bronzer. This is an oldie but a goodie. I've been using this for so many years. I'm so obsessed with this bronzer. It's always been my favorite, and I always seem to go back to it no matter how many I try. I've been using this even before I worked at MAC, and I still love it today. And I'm just going to blend that down my neck as well so everything matches. Then taking the Kat Von D Alchemist palette, I'm going to take the pink iridescent shade in the palette and highlight my inner corner. And for my favorite part, highlight, I'm going to go in with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Nicole Guerriero Glow Kit. That is not easy to say. And then I'm going to take my Anastasia A23 brush and I'm going to apply my highlighter with this. I'm going to put that on my temples, which I think looks really beautiful in photographs, down the bridge of my nose, on the tip of my nose, Cupid's bow, a little bit on the chin, and my cheeks as well. And I like to spray my brush with some MAC Fix Plus spray just to intensify the highlight. You don't have to do this, but if you want to make the highlight a little bit more strong, then this is a great tip. And then I'm going in with the Benefit Highbrow Pencil, I believe in the shade Linen. This works as a really great waterline color. And I wanted to do more of a nude kind of waterline color for this just because sometimes white can look a little more doll-like, and I wanted it to be a little bit more soft. And then I took some of that Cocoa Bear shade and applied that underneath my eyes, and then I buffed that out with the same shades in our crease. And that's just going to make the lines look a little more blended and not so harsh. And then I deepened up the liner underneath the eye as well. And then I took a little more from that glow kit and applied that to my brow bone. And for lip liner, I am using MAC Soar Lip Pencil, and this is a really nice pinky kind of shade, so I think this is going to go really well with the lip kit from Kylie Cosmetics that I'm going to be using next. And then I also went ahead and dusted off that excess powder that we contoured with. Then I went in with my Kylie Cosmetics Posy K. This is a really nice deep pink shade, which is not something I normally would apply, but since this was a spring inspired look and I wanted to do something really pink, instead of a nude lip, I went for a more pink tone shade, and I really love how this came out. And then I went in with my Kylie Cosmetics Cocoa K, and instead of putting this all over the lip, I just put this in the center of my lips just to give the lip a more three-dimensional effect. And then I also took some more of that Eyeko mascara and applied that to my lashes just to bind them together with the falsies. And then I also applied some lower lash mascara. This is the MAC Extended Play, which is my favorite for the lower lashes. And I just kind of fanned out my lashes. And to finish the look, I just sprayed my face with my MAC Fix Plus spray, which is a must. And no, I did not hold back. I went in with that spray. And then I have a lot of baby hairs, so I like to tame those with a gel and a toothbrush. Yes, a toothbrush. It helps if you have baby hairs to kind of tame them with this. If you haven't tried it, you'll thank me later. And then I went in with the Bumble and Bumble hairspray and just kind of put my hair back into a little bun because I wanted to have my hair up for today and do something a little bit different. And then I took some bobby pins just to keep it in place. Then I wanted my skin to be bronzy and glowy and kind of match the glow that I had going on my face as well. So I applied some of my Kopari Coconut Body Glow to my shoulders as well as my collarbones just to get a real nice summery kind of bronzy beachy kind of effect. And it also smells really good, and I love applying this especially if I have tank tops on in the summertime. It just looks really nice. And then I also put some of that Anastasia highlighter on my shoulder blades and collarbones as well to make that pop even more. And then I thought my neck was kind of bare, so I wanted to wear a necklace. So I just put on my Abby Choker by Princess P, and I'll link her information down below. I really love her website. She has a lot of fun, cool pieces that just kind of add to any look. And yeah, that's the finished look. I hope you guys enjoyed this spring-inspired tutorial. And I love how pink-toned and soft and glamorous this look is. Yeah, it's still wearable in either daytime or nighttime. At least I feel it is. I would wear this in the daytime. Comment below if you would wear this look in the daytime. I'm sure I'm not the only one who likes to get glam in the day sometimes. If you enjoyed this tutorial, make sure to leave me a thumbs up down below. That way I can keep making more of these for you guys. And also subscribe if you haven't already. I would love for you to join my YouTube family. And I also post videos every week. So if you also want to click on the notification bell, that will let you know anytime I post a new video. And that way you won't miss out. You can find me on all of my social media channels at Makeup Cheyenne. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope to see you all in my next video. Bye!